Tech is complex. There's so many different tools. So even just choosing a tool is like overwhelming. It's just like going to a restaurant with 1,000 menu items. It's just like, yo, can you tell me the top six? And so it's like you go into this world being your own like tech advisor or your own this, and then the problem is when you have the person that like you have how you talked about silos before.
Yeah.
When you go to this tech shop over here and they say, oh no, this is the best tool because of X, Y, and Z, they may be looking from a technical, right? Then you talk about your next tool and now you're buying another tool. Then you're buying another. If no one looks at the bigger picture, right, you're always going to be put in a position similar to silos within an organization. You have different people talking different languages, like in totally different spaces, but you're all supposed to be working towards the same thing. You have to think about where you're ultimately trying to go to know how things connect to all go there together. Like you can't like, so I think people's approach is even off a bit in a lot of cases because they're just getting these silver bullets. Oh, this will happen in 30 days if I get it. Oh, that's a great message. Now you have 50 subscriptions and you're not using any of it because now that you have 50, you don't even know how they connect. You don't know how they do. So one's collecting data, this collecting data, but how do they talk and how do I benefit from that? It's like people don't want to log into stuff, man. Figure all
Yeah.
this stuff out. They just want to know the answers, you know, and focus on what they're good at. Like that's what we want to do. I want to do what I'm great at. And that's
Yeah.
people, or that's team building, or that's this. Live there, you know,
Right.
let that other stuff go.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think it's so powerful in knowing who, to also let it go to as well, because like you want to make sure that whoever you're letting go does have that holistic kind of output or perspective to know like what's happening. And I think so many times one of my favorite books is the E-Myth because it talks a lot around like what
Mm,
entrepreneurship actually is. But I almost wonder too, like as we talked about, like with the data, technology, and all those being such a big component of business in the world we live in, that could probably be part of the new E-Myth where we didn't realize that we had that data that we can pull from. That's now part of the job of you understanding this. And I think those are some of the things that when you are, passionate about what you do, you don't realize that's a part of it. And doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it, but it does mean that you probably want to make sure that you at least have that strategic partnership so that you are aware of it and you are benefiting.